I have once again updated the scripted tile mod, this time to add gems. You have your movement gem, your action gem, and your anytime gem. Clicking on a gem will lower its count by 1. When a gem has reached a count of 0, it will be grayed out like so. Clicking this button will refresh your movement and your action gems. Clicking on this will refresh your anytime gems. On the back of the tile, you can customize the max of each gem. Clicking on it will raise the max by 1. If you click all the way to 9, and then click once again, it will lower the count back down to 0. This button here also acts as an end of combat shortcut. If you have an effect, or you have lost some health, or you have used some anytime actions, triple clicking this will reset all of those. With these additions, I have also added a tile remote, a feature I've wanted for a while. A tile remote reflects the current state of a tile. This is mainly for player tiles. This way you can have this next to their inventory and they consider what gems they have left and how much damage they have taken. Now you will notice that this remote currently does not reflect the current state of this tile. And that is because this remote has not been refreshed in any way. If I were to click the refresh button, or to click one of these buttons, it would automatically refresh the remote. I can also refresh the remote simply by closing the tile UI, as you can see. Using the scripting buttons to change which effect a tile has also will update the remote. All of these buttons act just like the normal buttons here, so triple clicking this will also perform an end of combat shortcut. Flipping the remote over, you can see the max gem count, the visible to field, and the disconnect button. The visible to field acts just like the one on the back of the tile, in that if I change it to something I am not, such as the brown player, I cannot see the UI of the tile, nor can I see the UI of the remote. If I change it back to something I am, such as host or an admin or everyone, it will of course bring back the UI. Disconnecting it will disconnect the remote from the tile. Now you will need to connect a remote to the tile. You can do so by dropping the tile onto the remote and then pressing the connect button. This text up here reflects the current name of the tile. So if I were to change the name of the tile to say hello, and then I click refresh, it will change the text up here. This is so you know which remote goes to which tile. As you may have noticed earlier, I have also added the current effects and what they do to the description of a tile. And these are the Season 4 status effects, along with what cures them. With these additions, I've also added a Game Master remote. This is mainly for end of round and end of combat effects. Normally at the end of combat, you would replenish health, and you would remove all effects, and you would replenish move and actions and anytimes. You can select these however you want, so if you did not want to clear effects, you can deselect it and then click End of Combat. If it is selected, it will of course apply the effect. End of round is much the same. Stunned normally goes away once the round has ended. So, you have this. If it is deselected, of course, it will not clear stunned, but when selected, it will remove stunned effects from all tiles. Fire damage is a new thing in Season 4, where the burning effect causes 25 damage at the end of round. The end of round button will cause this damage. The round reset button will not. If a tile enters the danger state from taking too much damage due to burning, the tile will be highlighted and changed automatically to the danger state. The highlight is so that you can find the tile and figure out which one needs to death roll. By default, Replenish Anytimes is not selected for the end of round, as that is not what Season 3 nor 4 uses. But if you wish to have it, you can select it so you replenish anytimes at the end of round. You also have down here a mass apply of each effect. Now this will not apply to any tile that is in the danger state, But if they're in the no effect or some other state and you mass apply an effect, it will overwrite the effect of the tile. As always, I've updated the Steam Workshop mod to reflect these changes. You can use the updater to update any old scripted tiles you have, and you can use the converter to convert any old URealms tiles you have. If you missed the tintable tile video, I'd recommend you go watch that. Either way, good luck game mastering. Lastly, I'm going to mention a technical change for those who care. If you don't care, you might as well bail here. I have changed the top and bottom menu Y locations for both the URealms tile and the custom tile. I have done this because of a custom table I am working on that if the menu is too close to the table, for whatever reason, you can't interact with it. To help in this, you can use the Mass Adjust Menu option on the back of the updater. This Find UI field should be what you set for the top menu. So if you went with the default value, or what used to be the default value for the URealms tile top menu, it would be -9. And then you can adjust what the top and bottom UIY is. This is only for those who wish to do so. Albeit it is not required, as if you just use the normal URealms mod, it should work fine.